Retail and hospitality is changing, with often complex and fragmented systems combined with large volumes of customer data for businesses to make sense of. It's critical to work with the right partners in order to guarantee success. At Tratec Consulting, we help retail and hospitality businesses transform their technology, removing overly bloated processes and creating unified and efficient systems of working throughout. So don't just take our word for it. See for yourself. Tratec Consulting, the leaders in technology transformation across retail and hospitality.
Hello and welcome to the All Things Borough podcast, the official podcast for Farnborough Football Club and sponsored by Tratec Consulting. Tratec takes your business visions and turns them into innovative reality. Good evening, I'm your host as usual, Alan, and Simon is with me tonight. Good evening, Simon.
Evening, Alan. How are you?
Yes, not bad. Busy day today, unlike you, but...
I was extremely busy in the office, yeah. I said, how are you? Look, mate, trying to make it sound like we hadn't been talking for the last half an hour, because we actually have. So,
yeah.
I've fooled everybody as usual. Yeah,
as usual. No, have you had a good day? I know you're back home today, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm at home. Well, at mother's currently. So yes, middle-aged man living at home with his mother. Yeah, our guest might be able to tell us all about that anyway. Assuming he hasn't branched out into the world of mortgages and being crippled financially for the rest of his days. His young tender age. What I can say to our guest,
we should say though, Simon, neither of us have a mortgage, so
no. But you don't if you can stay at mum's as long as you can. That's my advice to anybody. Yeah. But maybe not. Maybe not as long as me. No. Well, that's not actually true. I did move out for 8 years, and I've just sort of gone full circle and come back to the nest.
Yeah, that's called the ex-wife.
That's right. Yeah, and divorce pending. Yeah, there we are.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. As everybody can see, we're on. That's watching us on YouTube. Thanks for watching us. We've got Farnborough lonely striker from Bournemouth, Jonny Stuttle. Good evening, Jonny. How are you doing?
Hi guys, how's it going?
Good. And how's your day been today?
Yeah, good. Yeah, just had light training off the back of the weekend, so it's been nice and relaxed, sort of a relaxed day. Just getting back into the swing of it back at Bournemouth, and yeah, nice and light. Just getting ready to go again this week, and looking forward to Saturday.
What does light training consist of, Jenny? What's light training mean?
Just sort of getting the sort of feeling back in your legs, just sort of light passing drills, a bit of sort of dynamic stretching, that sort of stuff. Really sort of basic movements. Just I said, just getting that movement back into your legs, ready for the week coming.
Happy days.
So before we touch on your career so far, obviously you're a young man. What is it? Are you training like most of the week with Bournemouth then, and then come up and train with Farnborough?
Yeah, so I'll train sort of. Obviously, it depends on the schedule that I've got going on, sort of regarding games and whatnot with Farnborough. But most of the time it's train on a Monday. If there's a game on a Tuesday, it'll be obviously a game Tuesday. If not, I'll be training, and then Wednesdays I'll train with Farnborough. Thursdays I'll be off. Friday back in light training, day before a game with Bournemouth, and then obviously Saturday game day with Farnborough.
So if like Farnborough have a game on Tuesday, which has been happening in the last few weeks, is your Monday session with Bournemouth a light session then?
Yeah. It's to be honest, most of them are quite light on Mondays anyway, because obviously you've just come off the back of a weekend playing as well. So they're usually quite light anyway. But if you obviously have a game Tuesday as well, then it is sort of reduced to as little as possible, just so you can obviously keep ticking over. So your legs are still sort of moving, and you're getting that load into them, but it's obviously not that much that you're fatigued by Tuesday, so you're fresh and ready to go.
What do Sundays consist of? There is it roast dinner and down the pub and that, is it? Or,
I'd say not a lot. You'd be surprised. A lot of people think footballers get up to a lot, but no, honestly, my Sundays are just nice and chilled out. Dog walks and food. Not a lot going on at all.
Yeah, a bit of football on the telly and stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
You're like Jack Turner, and he refuses to watch football outside when he's not playing.
To be honest with you, I don't. I'm a bit similar. I'll be honest. I don't watch. I don't watch a lot of football. Ever since sort of doing it full time, coming into a full time environment, I think you do that much of it within the week that when you do come to the weekend, you do want to switch off.
Mm.
And a lot of people will say to me, they think, God, how do you think like that? And a lot of footballers are like football mad. They just go football, football, bang. They love it. But I'm quite different. I said I'm a bit like Jack, but a lot of people say it to me, and I had one of my mates said it to me. They were like, he's a brickie, so he's a bricklayer, and he said, I don't know how you don't want to watch football. I said, well, I'll put it in your terms. If you had a week of laying bricks, and on a Saturday your mate asked you to go down the pub and watch two blokes laying bricks on a telly, would you want to do it? And he was like, no. I was like, well, there you go.
I'm sure they'd make a few quid pay per view if they did. To be fair,
yeah, they would.
Yeah, I think might rival some of the boxing matches. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, pay per view bricklaying. That could be a trend. You want to patent that?
We'll leave that to you, Simon, to sort that one out.
Yeah, I'm going to write that down. It's going to make my millions finally.
Take that one to the Dragons then.
Yeah.
See if you get your 50k. But Jonny, so what's the main differences? Because obviously you're with the under 21s, aren't you?
Yeah, under 21s.
So what's the main difference between your training with them and what you get at Farnborough currently?
I'd say it's obviously where I'm playing at the moment. You have sort of young men as such, but a lot of them are still sort of in and around my age, 18, 19. So a lot of them are sort of still maturing, and they're still quite sort of basic in the levels of, I'd say, like sort of strength and maturity physically. So with Farnborough, it is obviously a lot more physical. You still have a good standard technically, but it is a lot more physical. So you can tell the difference in that aspect. And then obviously at Bournemouth, it's a lot more sort of nice on the eye, clean passing football. So there's definitely a difference technically. Obviously at Bournemouth, it might be a lot quicker at times, and obviously there is times in both levels where you need to do both. There will be spells of both in both environments, but I'd say the men's game is definitely a lot more physical, and the boys' game as such is a lot more sort of technical and like I said, nice on the eye.
Would you prefer out the two?
Depends who your opposition is.
I think. Be careful here, because Bournemouth are still his main employer.
I'm trying to get him to sign full time for Farnborough already, so that's what I'm trying to do.
No, but I think it depends who you're playing against. Like, sometimes you come up against, giants in Farnborough's league, and sometimes, it's not as nice when balls are being lumped 40 yards in the air and you have to get your head on it. So, obviously it's not as nice then, but you'd rather be playing it on the floor. But then again, when sometimes you go long and you're up against someone that you're physically competing with, and maybe even better than them or superior to them, whether it's in the air or just general sort of strength. So I'd like to say I could do both, and I'm over the years I've had to do both. Obviously I've had a few loans now, and as well I've been playing years of academy football. So you do have to have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, it's a good learning curve for you being out on loan, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It needs to happen. You see so many lads that spend X amount of years in the academy setup, and then when it comes to 21, 22, and they get released from that setup, and then they're sort of there going, well, hang on a minute, I can only get a loan to step 3 or step 2, and then the lads that maybe have been out on loan and then get released, then they can instantly go into what I'd say a better level, because they've had that experience and that exposure to men's football. Because I think a lot of managers would look at it and say, well, that's all well and good, he's doing it in academy football, but this lad's been out on loan and done it and knows what it's about. So they'd rather have the person that's been there and done it, even if it was just for a brief time.
Yeah, it's a bit like Joe Haig, isn't it? Because Joe's had that kind of experience, hasn't he? He's gone from maybe academy football at Chelsea, a really good level, couple of injuries, got released, and he was at Aldershot and just couldn't get in. And then he's obviously been at Farnborough, and I think that's been he's done really, don't get me wrong, he's done really well. But there are occasions you look at him and think he's quite slight. Is he gonna make it, etc., etc.? Is he can he handle it? And Joe can. He's done really well. But yeah, it's kind of that kind of thing for Joe, I think.
Yeah.
Let's go back then to your first. Was it your first loan spell, Wimborne? Was that last season?
Yeah, it was the first loan I had. Yeah.
So firstly, how does this is what I'm quite interested in? How loans sort of come about? Is it a question? Is it you asking to go out, or is it that your coaches saying, like, we need to send you out because they have like quite a sort of a high liking to you, so they want to see you out at a better level.
It's sort of got to come from everyone, to be honest. Like, so the loan manager could potentially need a player, and they needed a striker at the time. I think one of their strikers just got injured. This was sort of about this time last year, and they were in the running for the title in that league, so they needed someone.
What league were they in? What league were they in?
They were in the Southern One, so that's two below what Farnborough are in now, but they were like right at the top of it. So
step 4.
Step 4. Sorry, yeah, but they needed someone to come in promptly and start games. So that was obviously, their manager was looking for that. Tim Seals, he was looking for someone to come in and start games straight away. And Bournemouth thought it was a good fit for me, and obviously I liked the idea of it and thought that I needed exposure in the men's game as well. So that's how it came about. And then obviously it's just a case of everyone agreeing sort of what's best for me ultimately, because that's the main topic of it. So when everyone's happy with it, then that's how it obviously goes through.
As you get on down at Wimborne, if people don't know, how long were you there for example?
I wasn't there for long, to be fair. It must have been, I think it was about 8 or 9 games.
Uh-huh.
Scored a couple of goals there and ultimately won the league as well. So it was obviously good in that aspect. I scored goals and won the league, so it was successful. Yeah. If you looked at it from a sort of statistics point of view, but also as well, I got minutes in the men's game, experienced things that have ultimately put me in good stead to get where I am now. And like I said, just getting that exposure from a different environment than I was already in.
Yeah. So when you
sorry, Simon, how did you find working playing for Tim Seals, who was a striker himself back in the day?
Yeah, no, it was brilliant. Obviously, I played with his son in the under-18, so I sort of knew of him already, and spoke to him, before and after games as well. So, I knew what he was about, and he was a nice bloke, as well as obviously what I'd heard of being a good manager as well. So, it was brilliant to be working under him. And obviously, having a striker as your manager always helps, because he can give you sort of more precise, instructions and whatnot, and use his experience and sort of pass it on to me. Yeah. So it was brilliant to have him, and he's a brilliant manager as well as a good fella as well.
No, good. What's I was going to ask you, what's so when you finish your loan at Wimborne, you sort of come back, you have a bit of a break, I'm assuming, and then summer comes around, and was it a case of you waiting for the next sort of loan move to come around? Were you itching to get back out? Or were you quite happy playing sort of academy football for a while just to get your feet back on the ground again?
Yeah, I sort of, to be honest, in pre-season it was just a case of me, getting in good shape, getting ready for the season coming up, whatever that looked like, whether it was academy football or men's football. So it's just a case of getting in shape and getting injury free, and ready for whatever come next. And I was keen to go out on loan again because I had such a positive experience on the last one, but also I felt it was good to get that chunk of under 21s football, because I had a brief spell before Wimborne, about a month or two with the under 21s. That was last year as a sort of final bit of being an under 18, so I had a bit of exposure to it then, but I thought that it was probably right for me to get a bit more and almost do my part in that section of the academy before moving on to the next step.
Yeah, it's kind of a progression type thing, isn't it? You need to go step by step, don't you?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Is it what's it like at a Premier League club then? Is there a lot of players in at sort of that age level wanting to go loans, or a lot of them quite happy playing academy football? Is a bit of a mixture?
Bit of a mixture, I'd say. Obviously, you got some people that, like I said, might not be physically ready for it, or may have been brought up around the academy structure, so they're used to lovely grade A pitches and that nice style of football, and playing at lovely grounds and places and whatnot. So you have some people like that, and then you have people like myself who have come from not necessarily straight academy setups. I went through Sunday League for a while. I watched a lot of non-league football growing up. Watched my brother as well. So I was keen to get out, and I knew the benefits that you could take from that, and what good it's done for other players in my position as well.
Yeah.
So obviously, Bournemouth monitoring the situation as well. Every time you go out, does somebody from Bournemouth watch you play, watch your games, or was it like a report that goes back to them?
Yeah, I think they definitely watch it back on video, but whether there's people there or not, I couldn't tell you. But they definitely watch it back, and obviously look at the updates as well to see that I'm doing what I should be, and they always check in with me about it and ask me how it's going. So
it must be really encouraging for obviously your academy coaches and potentially first team management looking at your progress, because you've gone through the levels basically at non-league. So how did the Aldershot move come about?
It's very quick, to be honest. I played once on a Tuesday against Watford. We won, I think it was 3 or 4-1. I scored a goal, and I think they must have watched it on some sort of video platform and saw that, and then said, basically, I learned from inside information that they were coming to watch my game on the Friday against Cardiff away. So, it's obviously a bit of pressure on you to perform, because you want to do as well as possible when someone's watching. Some people would rather not know, but I'm sort of just one that it's just another game that I've got to go out there and do my thing. So, I obviously knew that they were coming to watch. Played a good game, didn't score, but sort of done everything else right. And they rang me. Well, they rang my agent about half an hour after that game and just said, "Yeah, we'll have him." So I think it was a Monday morning, I was up there training.
Oh, decent. Was it like Aldershot at the moment? Because I know there was some issues with Tommy Woodington, wasn't there? And there's obviously they had a few issues with strikers. Haddy was on loan with us and he got injured, unfortunately, and then he got Kai Corbett. Those sort of guys, he competing with them. What's it like around the place at the minute? I know they're struggling a bit, aren't they, at the minit?
Yeah, it was a good atmosphere, good environment to be in. But ultimately just didn't work out for whatever reason, and I had to respect the management staff's decision in that, and just crack on with what I was doing and wait for the opportunity to come. And I thought I did well when those opportunities come, but like I said, it was just down to them and their decision. And at the end of the day, that's football, and you got to respect it and take your opportunity when it comes next, whatever that looks like. Whether it was a start at Oldham, which it was, or it was the next loan move that I had, which I'd like to say I've done and will hopefully continue to do.
Yeah. How did you find playing in the National League at that level?
Yeah, it was good. Obviously, yeah, when I had the minutes to play, I thought I did well when I come on. Obviously, it's difficult to make an impact in such little time, whether it was 10, 15 minutes. It's hard to have a proper impact, or just me as a player personally, I felt it was hard to have an impact, especially in my position, to whether you're chasing a game or you're seeing one out. I thought it was hard to really show what you're about within that little time. But yeah, I thought I did well with it, and when I did play, I thought I was worthy of playing more. Again, that might be just my biased opinion, but it was just frustrating time for me, because obviously I thought I was good enough, but you just got to crack on with these things and take your opportunity when it comes.
Yeah, I thought you got more minutes as well. To be fair, I know they were having a bit of an issue with strikers at the time, and Kai wasn't scoring, but I know the trophy game that he played, he came on and got 4 goals, didn't he? And he's sort of hoping that will kickstart him forward, but don't really think it has. To be fair, it's just kind of I know they're searching around for strikers. I know they were brought in a few different people.
Yeah, but yeah, that's like I said, that's football. It happens. Whatever.
Yeah,
one of the difficult things. One of the difficult things for you as the lone striker, is it a thing that you don't really sort of have that much of a say in what you do, or how many games you can play, or I don't know if there's an agreement between Bournemouth and Aldershot to say, well, he needs to play. He needs minutes.
Obviously, no one wants to go to a club and sit on the bench and not really play. So, as far as I'm aware, that was the plan, to get as many minutes as possible for me and get exposure in a good league and a good level. So, as far as I'm aware, that was the plan. But like I said, just didn't really happen.
Yeah, well, their losses are gain, definitely. So you certainly hit the ground running for Farnborough. So, have you been at Farnborough so far? Is it you bedded in quite nicely, got on with everybody, and they're a good bunch of lads in the dressing room, aren't they?
Yeah, brilliant bunch of lads. Obviously, I spoke to Spencer before I come, and he just sold it to me, really. He said everything I wanted to hear, and it really appealed to me. The place appealed to me, the club, and I thought it was a good, very good set of fans there, and good people around the club as well. Whatever that looked like, whether it was players, fans, or staff, or whatever. So yeah, it really appealed to me, and then obviously got it done, and yeah, like you said, I've hit the ground running, but it's just a case of me doing what I do, and hopefully it can continue.
Yeah, I think you certainly done well so far. Obviously, didn't score on on Sunday or Saturday, sorry. But you probably should have done if you hadn't passed it to if you'd have shot instead of passing to Joe, you might have been on the score sheet again. But yeah,
yeah, they did say that.
What were you thinking? What were you thinking, Johnny? What was going through your mind?
Could have shot, but again, like if I was in Joe's position and I was screaming for the ball, you'd want it. So yeah. But you're always going to have games like that when you probably should have scored or should have made a different decision. There's always these if buts and maybes, but I've got lots of games to come, and I just got to keep doing what I'm doing, getting in the right positions, and hopefully they'll continue to come.
Yeah, you certainly brought.
As far as you're aware, how long are you here on loan for the rest to the end of the season then, or is it just another one in a month one?
Yeah, till the end of the season. I think what's our last game? The 26th of April, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, something like yeah.
So yeah, until the end of the season.
Right, good to hear. It's good because we've had some players who've been in sort of two or three games, just getting used to them being around and off again. So it's just what it's like at this level sometimes, though, isn't it? It's just the way it is. I feel a bit for the players sometimes. They're sort of just about going in, and then you kind of I think it's definitely better for someone, especially if you're doing well. It's better to be at the same place rather than getting shipped around all over the place and getting 2 or 3 games here and then moving on again, just so you get used to being somewhere. Harder. There's something that a lot of people don't or don't remember or don't think about when you're a footballer. So maybe you can give us a bit of insight into that. Is the sort of the merry-go-round of players? Sometimes you kind of have you're at one place for a month and then you're off somewhere else for another month. It must be quite difficult.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, you just get into personally for me, I was just starting to settle in at Aldershot, getting to know the lads on on a good level. So that was difficult to again be sort of thrown back out of that and thrown into a whole new environment. But it's the type of person I am. I'm not going to shy away and not talk. So I'll always try and get to know these sorts of people, the players, the managers, and whatnot, and people around the club. So it's obviously difficult being thrown into a whole different environment again. But you just got to crack on with it.
Yeah.
You do seem like quite a sort of relaxed and very confident person. Is this something that you've always been? Have you always been like this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm confident in my abilities and confident in what I can do and what I can bring to the team. And obviously, in the time that I come in, like Spencer said, the club the team needed goals. I don't think we scored in 8 or 9 games, I think, from open play. Yeah. So, it's a difficult time, and I knew what I could bring. And, without sounding too big-headed, I know what I can do, and I know the goals that I can bring into any team, that is, if the service is right. So, I obviously felt confident about it and was just really, really eager to get going.
Yeah. Did you think at one point when Evan Nilsson and the Turkish lad up front got injured for the season, here's my chance, I'm in here?
Yeah, obviously, that would have been nice, but it didn't happen. But
is that something that goes through players' minds sometimes? They see people get injured, and obviously secretly, you obviously don't want people getting injured and being out and having long-term injuries. But you think to yourself, he's injured, here's my chance. You know what I mean? I'm going to take plans.
Yeah, of course you don't want you don't want other people getting injured. But when a door opens for you, it's always nice to see that what could be. But obviously wasn't. But I'm at Farnborough now, which is obviously a good opportunity for me to really play and knock some goals in.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Have you had like conversations? I know how old are you? You're 19.
19 now. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and in the under 21s as well. So have you had like conversations like that with like your under 21 coaches and maybe potentially like first team coaches about your progression at the club?
Not really.
Where they see you and what?
Yes, obviously they. You have sort of reviews, whether it's monthly or annually or whatever, in terms of where you are and what you're doing. But sometimes it's not just as easy as in X amount of years we want you to be playing here or in the first team or whatever it is. So it's just got to be tailored to each player. And obviously for me, it's got to be obviously playing at a good level. But also, one thing for me personally is what I've always said is I want to be playing at a level that I enjoy. And that's just really something I've been big on in the last few years. Is there's no point in playing at a high level if you're being sat on the bench or not enjoying it. I think you've always got to be playing at the highest level possible for you, but also where you're enjoying it. Because I think, like everything, if you're not enjoying it, there's no point in being where you are.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that definitely. I mean, I see a lot of players sort of go out on loan. Like my team's Chelsea, and they've loaned a lot of players out and over the years, and they've kind of ended up sitting on the bench or not really getting anywhere and not really getting any minutes. But it's good. Some players prefer it. They just want to go out on loan and just sit on the bench and train and be around the first team, etc. But then there's people like yourself who actually want to get out and play minutes. I think it's quite important. I think there's more players now who are younger want to get out and actually play because they realise that the difference in levels is maybe not a skill level, but it's certainly a physicality level at sort of step 3, step 2 non-league level. That is quite an important development option for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously you have some players that, as crude as it sounds, are just enjoy earning the big bucks and sitting on a bench, whether it is in the Premier League or whatever. They're quite content with just sitting there and basically just earning a wage each week from sitting on the bench. But someone like me, I'm not particularly like that, I wouldn't say, and I'm certainly not happy with sitting on the bench somewhere. I want to be playing and showing people what I can do and ultimately scoring goals.
So you clearly want to develop, don't you, yourself as a player and as a man, and you're only going to get a certain amount of development. No offence to the under-21 system and academy system, you're only going to get a certain amount of development at that level, which is why you need to go out and get these loans that you're getting and the other players get, because it develops you a lot more and a lot better.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'd say like with every level, I think if you're doing well at that level, ultimately at some point you do have to progress and move up. And I felt the time was right at Bournemouth. I was doing well, whatever that looked like, whether it was scoring goals or holding up play or running in behind or even the whole package. I felt as if I was doing well, and the next step for me was to go out on loan and almost prove my trade at that level. And that's all it is in terms of the next few steps for me. It's just proving what I can do, obviously, in step 2 now in the National League South, and then it might look like a level up next season or whatever. So I just got to take it in my stride and keep doing what I'm doing at the moment and see where it gets me.
Yeah, I think you're right. What you're saying about sort of players that are happy to earn a wage, etc., sitting on the bench. I think there's a lot of players when they get to sort of mid-20s, maybe early 30s, when they haven't played as many games they probably should have done. I think they probably look at themselves and think, I haven't done as much of my career as I should have done. You know what I mean? I don't think you, as a young man yourself, you don't want to be in that position where you think, I was sort of 21, 22, I've only played 5 or 6 handful of matches at a decent level, and I should have really progressed, and you kind of ended up, out of the game sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, I think you'd probably agree with me in saying that goes for whatever walk of life you're in, whether it's, like I said, being a bricklayer and an electrician or, a footballer like myself. You don't want to be looking back in 10 years' time and going, oh, I wish I'd done that, 10 more percent or given that a bit more or, whatever it is, taking a leap on something that you're not necessarily sure how it might turn out. But, certainly one thing you don't want to be doing is regretting not taking a chance on something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're better off. Yeah, just have a chance. It might not work. Like Aldershot didn't work out, but he moved on to a better club in Farnborough.
Anyway, experience at the end of the day, isn't it? So.
Yeah, but that's it. Yeah, obviously, had I not taken a chance at Aldershot, I might be looking back at it. God knows what could have happened after not taking the chance. But you don't want to be looking back at it and going, "Oh, I wish I took that chance in the National League or whatever." Yeah. So you got to do these things.
Yeah, I'm a believer in that sort of thing as well, Johnny. It's like sometimes not necessarily a great experience can lead to a better one. So maybe if you hadn't gone over to Aldershot, you might not ended up with us at Farnborough because you were in the local area. Maybe Spencer's picked up on something, and he had maybe come to see you or something's happened, and it said, "Oh well, Farnborough only down the road, and they're looking for a striker." You know what I mean? And you might not have been looked at. So sometimes it leads to something, doesn't it? Sometimes when you push yourself out there.
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, it wasn't all negative at Aldershot. Obviously a lot of people would look at it and say, God, he only played 10 minutes here and 10 minutes there, or only started one game in a month and a half's worth of football. But obviously there was negatives to it. I didn't play as much as I'd like to and whatnot, but I did learn a lot from it, and I can use that experience now to take it into Farnborough, obviously, and then whatever comes next, I can use those past experiences that I've had to sort of put me in good stead for what comes next.
Is there anyone at Farnborough at the minute, or any players or staff that you get on particularly well with? Anyone you don't?
No, I'd say I get on with all of them really well. To be honest, they're good set of lads, and they're all really welcoming, and you can have a laugh with them, but you can also get to work with them and really sort of graph with them, and you can have the best of both worlds with them. So yeah, really good. Who's
impressed you? Who's impressed you since you've been in?
In terms of what, playing or?
In terms of playing anything to do with the club.
I'd say Cooley. He's a great player. You've also got Jack Turner as well in goal. He's made some great saves. But obviously, I could say good words about everyone. There's not a bad word I could say at the moment. I've really enjoyed my time, and long may it continue.
Oh, he's towing the company line here. Mike's been on the phone. Don't say anything bad about anybody. Yeah, I have to say the management team personally for me is a big plus because they're really experienced. The two Bakers, Spencer, Dave Hill as well, and the whole management team as a whole got such good experience now. It's something that I think's made the club pushing the right direction in the direction it's going. Because I think that the management is really experienced. Back 2 or 3 years ago, it was just basically Spencer doing everything himself. On his own, trying to juggle lots of things and doing everything. He's got a really good team of people in place, and they all sort of bounce ideas off each other, and they all get on really well, and they're all looking to push in the same directions. I think for me that's a big plus.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, the management team are brilliant. You've got, I could go honestly, I could go for everyone and say, good words about them. But obviously, within the team as well, you've got young lads like, myself, Sonny, Dan, but you've also got the senior lads as well, Jack Turner, Reggie Young, and Cooley, and obviously Ricky Holmes as well. So you've got that good mix of young but eager players, and then also eager and experienced older players as well.
Yeah, I actually forgot about Ricky. Actually, I forget he's a big part of the coaching setup at Farnborough, isn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I was going to say, how's it been working with him as a sort of? I mean, obviously as a player as well, he's been brilliant for us the last couple of seasons. But as a coach, how's he been as a coach? Because he was, I think there's been a couple of times where we've not had some great results, and he's given it to the lads a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously always good to have. It's always good to have that, opinion from the manager, but also as well, you need, it's not so good just having one opinion. So it's obviously good to have, Ricky's opinion on it as well, and use his experience playing at, all the levels that he did. So he's obviously experienced. He knows what he's talking about, and it's nice to have a different point of view, or whether it's a similar opinion or whatever. It's nice to have his experience to learn off, and yeah, really good to have him about.
Yeah. What do you what's your match day superstitions, Johnny? You got anything? Any pre-match meals that you like, or I know a couple of lads. I know we had one of the former players on earlier in the season. He said he couldn't eat anything before a game. It would kill him off. So I thought that was a bit odd. I'll be a full English and porridge type guy. Not in the same bowl, obviously, but yeah.
Yeah. No, you do get some people like that. You obviously got a mixed bag. Some people don't eat anything. Some people like to eat a lot or certain things. I, for one, you're going to laugh at this, but I go to before every single game, I'll go to Lidl, and they do their own coffees. They do like little sort of 300 ml latte, I think it is, just a cold coffee, and I'll have 2 of them before a game every single match day.
Yeah, they're quite nice to be fair. I recommend that. Other supermarkets are available, obviously, but yeah,
just Lidl. So yeah, if they want to sponsor me, feel free.
Yeah, happy days. Yeah.
If they want to sponsor us as well, they can feel free as well.
Yeah, I do like their cold coffees. They're quite good, to be fair. So you're good shout out.
You don't eat anything before a game or anything like that as well, either.
I might have a bit here and there, sort of like chicken and pasta or eggs or an omelette or whatever, just to sort of keep me going and ticking over. But nothing major. I'm not one of these ones that doesn't eat anything or eats loads. I'll just sort of just depends on how I'm feeling. But no, the coffees is essential. Always do it.
Is there any other pre-match, like Simon said, pre-match superstitions? Anything that you do as you're getting changed, or anything before a game that you need to do to give yourself a bit of luck? Or
not really. It's more of a preference, but I'll always play with wet hair. You'll never see me with dry hair. So it'll always be literally before a game. I'll just almost like when you get out of a shower, it will just all be wet, and it'll. Yeah, I wouldn't say I hate playing with it, but I did it once up at Newcastle. I scored a hat-trick, so just done it ever since.
That's it, just stuck.
Well, you're in the right country to have wet hair and playing football, because it rains pretty much every day, doesn't it? So
there you go. Helps me out.
Yeah. Happy day. You're not a left sock, right sock, left boot, right boot type of guy. No,
none of that.
No, we have heard some funny old stories, I have to say, and yeah. Right, we'll go out the change. Where are you in the queue getting out the change room? You always last, or is somewhere in the middle?
Sort of near the middle, towards the back, sort of thing. Yeah, but again, it doesn't really matter. No.
Yeah, not bothered. Yeah, I know there's quite a few famous footballers all come out last, don't they?
Yeah, I think
Paul Ince wouldn't put his shirt on before he went out.
Yeah, I was going to say,
yeah. There you go.
Happy days. What's what about match days and stuff? How'd you get to the ground and stuff? Are you reliant on the parents still, or you drive yourself?
No, drive myself now. Obviously, parents like to help out when they can, because I'm based down in Weymouth. So well, I live in Bournemouth in digs with the family, but originally based down in Weymouth and still go back there every weekend. So but when the parents can, they'll help out and come and watch. But majority of the time it is me driving.
Yeah, fair bit of driving for you. I take you've got a Mustang or a Jaguar or something nice.
No, little silver Seat Ibiza.
Oh, decent.
Yeah, but no, she does well. She's nice and reliable, so gets me up there and back all right.
That's what you want, yeah. It's a bit of an eye for some players. So I think they come to Farnborough and expect the minibus. They sort of go to the ground and get the minibus there, but everyone drives themselves, don't they, to the games? So that can have advantages, don't they? Sometimes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know some of the lads they car share as well, don't they? I know Ricky, Reggie, and who else was it? It's three of them car share.
Someone else, yeah.
Yeah, Chinny does as well.
Chinny, yeah.
Because they're all sort of based around that way, aren't they? But I'm sort of the black sheep, the odd one out. But
you're the odd one out, yeah.
At least you haven't got anyone interfering with your radio. So you play your own songs on your radio. I think
there you go. I can play whatever I want.
Exactly.
It'll be different.
Exactly. Happy days. Good stuff. Right.
So, where do you see your future going? How do you see your future going then? Obviously, you're here with us till the end of the season, and like I said, you're scoring for fun at the minute, and long may that continue. But are there going to be conversations with Bournemouth about next season, about potentially maybe another loan, or as you're in the under-21s, maybe one or two first team appearances?
Do you know what? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have no idea yet. It's just a case of me, obviously doing what I'm doing at the moment, continue to score goals and enjoying it, and obviously getting as many points on the board as we can. But it's just a case of me continuing to do what I'm doing. Doing what I'm doing, and then at the end of the season we might review it again. I might have that sort of annual review that I talked about, and the conversation of where I go next might come up, or it might take however long in that summer break to sort things out. I'm sure they'll materialise no matter what happens now. But yes, like I said, it's just a case of me continuing to do what I'm doing, and then go from there.
Yeah, so it's certainly a good shop window for you at Farnborough, definitely. Are you follow anybody particular professionally? Are you a Bournemouth fan, or are you a Weymouth fan, or
No, not really. Used to watch Weymouth a bit back in the day, sort of before I moved up to Bournemouth. But like I said, apart from that, I'm a bit of a Jack Turner. Don't really watch a lot of football. The only football I watch, I'll be honest, the only football I watch sort of religiously and properly support is when England play in a major tournament.
Yeah,
I'm big on that. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. What, are you one of them jumping on the bandwagon?
Yeah, that's the one.
How do you speaking of England then? How do you what are your feelings on the new manager?
Wasn't sure about it. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought obviously if he was free, I would have liked someone like the likes of Eddie Howe or someone like that. But it is a bit strange having say a German or any sort of other nationality than English to manage it. Obviously, it would have been nice to see an English person. That's just my opinion. But again, if he wins trophies, then crack on.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm the same. We're going to feel a bit alien, I suppose, having a German managing the England national team. But having been a big Chelsea fan as I am, I rate Thomas Tuchel really highly. I think he's fantastic. A really good manager.
I do like him as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really good manager. He's great with the people as well. And obviously he's not going to have as much interaction with players as he does at club level. And he's used to it. So that might be a bit of a stumbling block. But all the Chelsea players always said he was brilliant with them, and he was a great people person, and etc. So yeah, I hope things are. I think things are quite bright for England. To be fair, I think not that they weren't bright under Southgate. I think we did quite well. I
thought we did well, but it just didn't happen for whatever reason. But they've got in a guy now that's used to winning trophies and has proved that. So hopefully he can bring it into England.
Yes, I agree with you. Hopefully it'll work. I think the things we played quite. We're just missing going that one step to actually win something, aren't we? But it's been a long time coming. You never know. Next year, is it next year? Yeah, next year could be our year. You never know.
Yeah. You never know.
2026.
Oh yeah, God, yeah, isn't it?
Where is it? World Cup in where? Is it? It's not
USA.
USA. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's over the three, isn't it? And you got I think it's Saudi Arabia in 2030, isn't it? Happy
And
days.
what about you, Jonny? Have you in your time like with Bournemouth and that have you had any experience at under youth England levels?
No, nothing like that. I
Yeah.
think sometimes it's overlooked because sort of Bournemouth and clubs like Bournemouth are overlooked quite a bit.
Okay.
They sort of look towards the bigger clubs in England, so your Arsenals, Man Cities, Man United's, them sort of clubs, and I think they do solely focus on them because that's which is fair enough, and they do. That is where the best players would be generally, at those big clubs, but they don't tend to sort of come down to Bournemouth Way and these types of clubs. But you never know what could happen in the next few years.
Well, they need to be watching you at Farnborough then, don't they?
No, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Stick me up top for that 2026 campaign.
Are you looking forward to the game of the weekend? We've obviously got Dorking. Be a tough game there. They're doing well. Obviously got an enigmatic manager in Mark White as well. Well known in the league.
He is brilliant.
Yeah,
he is. Yeah, I am a fan. I must admit, I do. Yeah, do like listening to him and watching him. But yeah, it should be a good game. Obviously, they're top of the league. For a reason. They're a good setup and they've got a good group of players from what I can see. But it's a game of football. It's 90 minutes, and anything can happen. I think if we set up right, we've got all the tools as such to really hurt them. So it's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, good.
What Spencer and the management said about the game? Have they given any sort of any tips or anything they want you guys to work on?
Not really a lot yet. I'm sure it will come in training this week. And throughout the week we'll definitely obviously have a talk about it and really focus on that game coming up because it's a huge game for us and I'm sure we'll be fully focused on it.
We need to get one over them because they beat us 4-3 at our place and so we need to get one over them.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, good stuff. Happy days, good stuff. Yeah, it's Dorking games obviously Saturday, and then we've got a couple of midweek games coming up. Then haven't we? It's quite into another period of sort of a short space of time with lots of games. So I think for a young person like you, doing well, hit the ground running, etc. That could be good. That could be good for you. More games you're playing, the better, I think.
Yeah, again, like I said, it's just more games. More opportunities to do well and ultimately score. At the end of the day, that's my job and what I've been brought in to do, and hopefully I can, help the team out with a few more goals. But like you say, a young person like myself, you should be able to sort of stack those 90s up, whether it's Tuesday, Saturday. That's what ultimately I'm built to do, and what I'm. It sounds weird, but what I'm programmed to do. But
absolutely, yeah. Did you feel the benefit? Because obviously you've started and you've played like 90 minutes since you've been here, haven't you? Every game.
Played four or five 90s now, I think it is.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Do you feel the benefit of that? Do you feel yourself getting fitter and sharper?
100%.
Over the games.
Obviously, I must admit, my first game, Cheshire at home, I was blowing at about 60 minutes. But again, that's just from coming, from Aldershot. I wasn't unfit by any means, but it was just a case of going from playing 10, 15 minutes there, training in the week, going straight back into 90s. Which obviously, like I said, I wouldn't say I was unfit at all. I thought I was in quite good shape, but it does take your time. It takes its time for your body to sort of get back into the swing of things, getting back into those 90s again. And I'm still not at my best yet, I wouldn't say, but again, that's going to come in the next couple of games, I'd say for sure.
So we haven't seen the best of Jonny Stuttle yet, then.
I don't think so. I think I've got a couple of gears to go up, and more goals to be scored for sure.
Happy days. Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah, great stuff. Good stuff.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah. Well, I think we'll end it there, Jonny. Don't go away. We'll have a little chat when we close the show down. But thanks for coming tonight. Thanks for chatting to us. And
right.
You've got a good record at the minute with us, and long may it continue. We're going to be there, aren't we? We're going to be at Dorking on Saturday, aren't we?
Yeah, be down at Dorking.
Yeah. I think we'll definitely be there. So if you see us, give us a wave and we'll say hello.
You might.
We'll try not to disturb you while you're warming up. Mike doesn't like that.
Yeah, I got told off once for interviewing my guy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Look out for me getting carted off at half time by the stewards. So yeah. Yeah. If you see someone taking their trousers down and their shirt off, it'd probably be Alan. So I'd sort of avert your eyes if you can.
No, nobody wants to see that.
No, they don't.
But yeah, thanks. Don't go away. Like I said, we'll have a little chat. Thanks for coming on. It's been absolutely brilliant. Simon, take a night.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Jonny, for coming on. Appreciate it. We'll see you Saturday, hopefully. And if we don't see you Saturday, we'll see you at the next home game, which is, I think, Western on the 1st, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. Cheers, guys.
Yeah. Thanks,
right,
thanks, Jonny.
So that leads me to say thanks to everybody for watching on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And this episode was sponsored by Tritech Consulting, taking your business visions and turning them into innovative reality. For more information, visit tritechconsulting.co.uk. Thanks a lot again for listening and watching. We'll be back very soon with another episode. Good night.